If you are wanting to get into real estate investment and fix and flips in particular, you should know who wholesalers are. Wholesalers are seen as like the bottom feeders of the real estate investment community. But let me tell you, honey, they can make your whole real estate world go round. Wholesalers don't need a license to operate, okay? Anybody can do it. No certification is required. You just need to know like the ins and outs of real estate, or else you could seriously get sued, and that's never fun. To a flipper, a wholesaler will be their main source to a distressed property that they can then go in, fix up, and sell for a profit. Basically, what the wholesaler is going to do is meet up with the seller, talk to them, see where their situation's at, what's going on, and they're going to negotiate a price. The wholesaler is going to lock down this property at a deep discount. The wholesaler is going to tell the seller, I'm going to buy your property, or I have intention of buying your property, but I might have somebody else buy it. One way or another, you're getting your money. Once the seller and the wholesaler agree on a price, the wholesaler is going to go in and lock up this property with a contract. Now, this can either be with a state-approved contract or a one-page contract that the wholesaler put together, either with other investors or an attorney. Hopefully not one he just found. This contract is going to be different than a traditional real estate contract because it's going to be assignable. What that means is that the wholesaler is able to go and then sell this contract to a investor or a flipper for a fee, and the investor or flipper will take over the position that the wholesaler was in that contract. This fee is going to be about $5,000 to $15,000, and basically the original contract that states the wholesaler will buy the seller's property is now going to say that the flipper/investor is going to buy the seller's property for a fee. So let's back up a little bit. The wholesaler and the seller have agreed on a price. They've signed the purchase contract. Everything's good to go. In this purchase contract, there's going to be a 14-day, usually 14-day inspection period. During this 14-day inspection period, the wholesaler is going to run around like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to find somebody to assign this contract to. Because if they don't, they're going to have to end up putting up the cash to buy this property. Only the wholesaler can buy this property or anyone the wholesaler assigns this contract to. But no transaction can be complete without the wholesaler. So the wholesaler will be assigning the contract over to the flipper, and the flipper is going to be the actual person that closes on the property, not the wholesaler. The flipper will pay an assignment fee over to the title company at closing, and that's how the wholesaler gets paid and makes his money and his living. It's a clean transaction if it's done correctly, and win-win situation really for everybody. The wholesaler is going to be the middleman and going to be doing all of the grunt work that the flipper does not want to do. This entire time, the wholesaler has had most of the control in this transaction, okay? Yes, nothing could be done without the seller or the flipper, but the wholesaler is really the middleman that's connecting these two people. And they're kind of seen as grimy because they're going behind the seller's back and selling it for a little bit more of a profit, but that's life. An honest wholesaler will let the property owner know, this is what I'm doing, this is how I make a living. But then you have those that just kind of go behind each other's backs and throw shade and do all this blah. Nobody cares for that. I want to beat you to your face. There's obviously a lot of details that go into this transaction, not a lot that I can explain in a short video, but that is the gist of how wholesale works. Wholesaling is a job. Okay, this is how people make their living, and if you don't like it, don't work with them. But if you're going to go into real estate investment and you're especially into flips, wholesalers are going to be your main source of contact for these properties. Okay? And that is that, everybody. That is the gist of wholesale. I hope you learned something new today. Maybe you like wholesalers, maybe you don't. But if you're going into flips, wholesalers are going to be a great resource for you. Make sure you find one that understands comps and what's selling in the area, and you'll be good to go. If you have any questions for me personally, please feel free to leave them down in the comment bar. I will be here every Wednesday on YouTube, IGTV, Facebook, and wherever else you need me. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.